because you're
Okay.
wagging off school, you're taking exams to suit yourself. When did you think you fancied becoming a vet?
I mean, since always, I knew I wanted to work with animals in the conservation, wildlife sort of realm.
Okay.
If it was as a vet or as a biologist, I mean, I guess it was always as a vet, but when you're young, it's not 100% clear yet, and especially how the vet is sold in the UK, as in like what your standard vet does in the UK. I guess the path I kind of want to go down isn't your standard one. So ended up leaving Spain with no qualifications, or I had them, but I didn't get them in paper or whatever. So in theory, I was going to an international school in India and getting my IGCSEs there, and eventually A levels. But it didn't work out with my dad. He stopped paying the fees. They threatened with handing me over to the police or something. Mum got involved. She had no money. Embassy repatriated me, the British embassy, and they said, right, we can put you on a plane to Spain back to your mum, or we can put you on a plane to Heathrow and see what happens. I knew from what the Spanish education was, and I think I was 17 then. Yeah, 17. And I knew that if I went back to Spain, that's the end of it. Like, I definitely wouldn't get into vetmed, just because of how the education system and stuff works. So I was like, send me back to London. In theory, somebody from the embassy was going to pick me up. No one did. So I arrived at Heathrow, went to the asylum seekers by accident. They sent me to Hillingdon Borough. I got classified as an asylum seeker with a British passport somehow. So I got put in with asylum seekers from Iran, Syria and stuff, which is incredible. Like, the stories you could hear from them and stuff was really eye-opening at 17. And then basically, since the moment I got back, which was around October, I think 2016, maybe 2016, I was like, right, what do I need to do to get into vet school? I need to get GCSEs, minimum 5. And then on top of that, I also need to get my ASs and A2s, and I need to do some placements. So I was like, well, A levels, GCSEs, and ASs, they're only escalations of one of the other, right? So I might as well do them all in 1 year together. Like, it should be feasible, right? If I know A2s, I should be able to do GCSEs.
Yeah, I see the logic there. I do see the logic. Yeah, it's like saying, look, I can make a white bread roll, so I may as well make a croissant.
Yeah, but it doesn't take into account GCSEs dumbed down from A levels in some bits. So you kind of need to learn the mark scheme to that level. But I think it was something like 56 exams in one exam period. So like when exams come up, I had 3 exams in one day at one point. My cheat was that I took Spanish A level. I didn't even open a book. I just went into the exam and I got an A. Which, thank God for that. Because if I had to do, like, I was already pushing it, but I ended up getting enough to get onto the Gateway program for Bristol. But during the time waiting to hear back from that, I couldn't really take the stress of just sitting around and waiting. Because I was adamant that I was going to retake if they'd went bad and then get in the next year and keep applying until they were sick of rejecting me, and then they'd have to say yes, just not do the paperwork. So I buggered off to South Korea for a month or 2, and went around backpacking there, spearfishing for my food and kind of just sleeping on the street and stuff.